Machiavelli, cold and sharp, makes it clear. No one is really your friend on this board, and the most ironic part, power doesn't forgive innocence. The reward, understanding this now, might save you from painful betrayal later. Stick with me to the end. What you're about to learn, no one's ever told you, not even in the deepest talks. Friendship, mixed with power, loses its meaning. It's like wine spilled on a letter. Everything blurs, and the truth fades. What looks like a sincere bond is often just a well-crafted mask worn by those who know how to play. Machiavelli said it, trust is a weakness that opens the door to betrayal. In real life, a bro at work can become your rival in a heartbeat. How many times have you seen friendships fall apart when a promotion was at stake, or when a little secret turned into currency? In competitive spaces, friendship becomes a weak contract, signed with smiles and torn apart by opportunity. Trusting too much is like playing chess blindfolded, and yeah, the pieces aren't on your side. First big lesson: don't confuse kindness with loyalty. Someone can laugh with you and still plot your downfall. Friendship might exist, but it's often temporary, convenient, and tied to some kind of power. That's when the game gets dangerous and more interesting. Social life is a stage, and we all wear costumes. Machiavelli, with that uncomfortable wisdom, shows us it's not feelings that shape relationships, it's interests. That fake friendship might just be a well-rehearsed act in the power game. The mask isn't decoration, it's survival. Ever noticed how alliances shift when the wind changes? Today you're the favorite, tomorrow just another face. In the corporate world, hugs can hide sharp knives. In love, sweet promises can be strategies to get ahead. And between friends, the mask is so perfect, you don't even see the performance. If you want to stop playing the background character, start watching, not just listening. Pay attention to what's not said, to the silence, to the contradictions. Real friendship can exist, sure, but in a board full of interests, it's rare and always cautious. The next layer of this theater, even more intriguing. The rule is simple, though few accept it. Show too much, and you lose. Hiding your game isn't cheap lying, it's emotional protection. Machiavelli teaches, keeping your plans to yourself is often the only way to keep your power and avoid betrayal. Don't spill your cards, keep them close. Think of a job interview. Someone who doesn't get the game reveals everything: fears, weaknesses, dreams. Someone who does only shows what's needed and watches first. Hiding your intentions is a bulletproof vest against disappointment. It's the same in love. Open up too fast, and you give the other person the upper hand. Now, this doesn't mean becoming a stone, but realizing that not every smile deserves your secrets. That's maturity. Real friendship can handle time. Fake friendship wants quick confessions. And in the middle of all that, being cold starts to look a lot smarter. Being cold doesn't mean being cruel. It means being clear. Clarity is seeing things as they are, not how we wish they were. The mistake is thinking emotional maturity means turning bitter. Not true. It just means stop expecting relationships to work like loyal dogs. In a world that changes with one click, you can still be kind, loving, and human without being naive. The trick is to stop putting blind faith in friendships that only exist when it's convenient. Want a simple test? Watch who only shows up when they need something. There's your answer. Becoming colder is like sharpening a blade. It takes time, but once it's sharp, it doesn't go dull. It's not about turning to stone. It's about knowing who deserves your energy. And you'll realize Most betrayals weren't accidents. Betrayal rarely comes out of nowhere. It's built slowly, like a twisted puzzle. Machiavelli reminds us, traitors don't look like villains. They act like loyal allies, until their actions finally show what their words were hiding. And by then, it's too late. Want a real-world example? Family businesses, brothers smiling at birthdays while stabbing each other in board meetings, or politicians pledging loyalty while secretly making shady deals. A good betrayal doesn't leave obvious signs. That's why those who understand the game learn to read the subtle clues, to notice when friendship turns into strategy. If you think this is being negative, maybe you haven't been reading the fine print. In your own relationships, the real world, it's way more Machiavellian than you think. This logic isn't just for castles or politics. It's in your job, your family, even your Snapchat groups. Loyalty there is often just part of a deal. As long as there's something to gain, there's alliance. When the benefit ends, so does the friendship. Try this. Stop being useful to someone, and watch what happens. It'll sting, but it's real. That's when the mask drops. Social media, for example, is full of fake relationships. Likes, compliments, collabs. It all looks great, until you lose relevance. Accepting this truth is uncomfortable, but freeing. Once you see the pattern, you stop being a pawn, and start playing like a strategist. And that's when Machiavelli teaches the next key move. Be the fox. In the game of life, lambs are loved for being pure, but they rarely survive the first attack. Foxes, on the other hand, sense danger before it hits. Machiavelli says we should be like foxes, clever, sharp, strategic, not out of evil, but out of wisdom. That means seeing the truth behind compliments, smelling betrayal in long silences, and realizing that friendship might just be a move, not a feeling. Like that coworker who praises you only when you're winning, then vanishes or turns critical when you slip. Being the fox is about acting with intent. Don't stumble into games you don't understand. It's not paranoia, it's awareness. Because in the end, if you don't even realize there's a game, you'll be played out, and the next mask drop won't catch you off guard. Here's the final punch. We all wear masks, even you. Society teaches us from a young age to hide how we feel, to smile when we want to scream, to hug with one hand and hold a knife with the other. It's part of the game, and if you don't learn it, you get hurt. Machiavelli doesn't want you to become a villain. He wants you to wake up, because in a world full of illusions, clarity is more valuable than any fake friendship. Admitting that you've been strategic too, that you've worn masks too. That's the first step to playing smart. And once you get that, everything changes. Because now you're not a pawn anymore. You see the whole board, and from here on out, the game's different. So now that you've seen all this, how many masks have you spotted around you? And more importantly, how many are you still wearing without knowing? The world won't change just because you hope for loyalty, but you can change how you play. So, are you gonna keep betting on naive friendships? Or are you ready to play like a strategist? If you want to keep opening your eyes to the truth about human relationships, subscribe and hit the bell. Here, you'll learn to see what's behind the smile and how to play the game like a pro.